Hey, welcome. My name is Erica, and it's awesome that you, yes, you, are here joining in to Just Horrifying. Today I'm going to tell you the story of Andrea Knabel, a 37-year-old Kentucky mother of two who goes missing in 2019. Andrea was born in January of 1982 and is the oldest of three sisters. Andrea received a bachelor's degree at the University of Louisville and became an analyst at Humana and often volunteered to look for missing persons. Ironically, she herself now is a missing person. This story, her story, is unfinished. Why? Because the case is not solved. Roughly around a year before Andrea went missing, Andrea's company she worked for, Humana, was part of a massive layoff. This is where her family stated that Andrea's life was starting to go off course. She was laid off from an awesome job. After that, she totaled her car, and if that wasn't overwhelming enough, she ended up losing her apartment due to not being able to pay rent. Andrea and her two boys ended up moving in with her mother. It was said that there was tension in the home, where Andrea's mother, Andrea, her two boys, Andrea's young sister Sarah, and her fiancé Ethan lived. The reasoning behind the tension was that the family didn't agree with a lot of choices Andrea had made and was still making. Andrea felt it was always her family versus her. And this is the reason why she ended up leaving on foot and went to her sister Erin's home in August of 2019. Andrea and a friend were drinking wine outside on her sister's porch. Sometime later, it was time for her to go home. It was roughly around 1 a.m., and Erin asked a friend to watch her kids while she drove Andrea home. Erin dropped Andrea off and went back to her own home. But a short time later, roughly around 1:30, Andrea was back at Erin's house, saying that she didn't have the house key and no one was answering the door when she was knocking. Erin told her, "You cannot stay." So Andrea walked the mile-long walk to her mother's home that usually takes roughly around 10 to 15 minutes to get there. Initially, police and Andrea's family believed that she had disappeared while walking home to her mother's house. However, a private investigator hired by Andrea's family had discovered that her cell phone GPS had located her at her mom's home in the early morning. Her family had thought that maybe she went back out with her friends after she got home. Erin, her sister, was the last one to see her alive. She said, quote unquote, "She was calling her friends after she left my house because she wasn't ready to go to sleep. She was wanting to stay up and hang out." So I had seen that there was a docuseries called Finding Andrea on Discovery Plus. I personally haven't watched it, but it said that in the documentary, fingers are pointing at family members because the last known Google location on her phone was at her mom's house at 1:58 a.m. That being said, though, it is uncertain if she was able to get back into the house or if she was maybe sitting on the front porch. But it's kind of weird how she didn't have a key to the house that she lived at. I mean, her and her two boys are living at her mom's house, but she wasn't given a house key. Kind of weird. Andrea is described as having multiple personalities, her sister Erin says. It was so hard to watch, given that Andrea was struggling with substance abuse before her disappearance. Both Erin and Mike, who is Andrea's father, have been actively searching for her. They've hired a private investigator who is shown in documentaries interviewing several people that Andrea knew well. At this point, he just wants closure in his daughter's case. I am not immune to hearing things from so-called experts and law enforcement. Every single one of them has told me she's gone. There's a high probability, but we have no sign of life nor death in this case right now. So we are hopeful still. And we realize the long odds. We do need a miracle, and miracles can happen. So we are hoping for one, said Mike. Another birthday, another Christmas without her. Her 2 sons who don't know where their mother is, and a family desperately seeking answers, and they believe someone knows something. They run a Facebook page called Finding Andrea, which aims to keep the case on people's minds. And any news is better than no news. If something bad has happened, something tragic, we need to know. But we are still hoping for a miracle, that maybe she could be okay, said her sister. Anyone with information is urged to call Louisville Police at 502-574-LMPD. So what could have happened to Andrea? One theory could be that she was killed at her mother's house. It's said that Dana Stump, a Missing in America member, said she spoke to Andrea's sister Sarah and her brother-in-law Ethan a week or 2 after Andrea went missing and ended up visiting the home. Now, Diane claims to be a psychic medium and stated that while she was walking upstairs towards Andrea's room, when she reached the top, she said she felt a hit to the back of the head. She also said that when she went into Andrea's room, there was a hole in the wall, as if someone's head could have hit it. But, of course, when police went there, they did not see this hole. I'm wondering if it's because Andrea's sister's husband is a home renovator and maybe he fixed it prior to the police going in and questioning them. The second theory is maybe she did call someone when she reached her mother's home so she can go out and have some fun and was murdered. Whatever the theory may be, this case needs closure for her family and friends. Again, if anyone has any information, they are urged to call the Louisville Police at 502-574-LMPD. Alright, you guys, well, take care, be safe, and until next time, bye.